Hello friends, welcome back to the channel, back to another video. I got ready for work this morning and I really felt like I needed to move my body and just take in some fresh air, and it was so gorgeous out and I always love it. I wanted to do a nice little video just to talk about some habits that I'm going to be incorporating into my journey, my wellness journey, and things that I'm doing that I used to do. Everything from food, supplements, workouts, mindfulness, all of that stuff. Just the things that I am going to get back into the habit of doing on a more consistent basis because I think it is really helpful for me. I was looking at pictures from like right before the pandemic, those few years like right before, and I didn't realize it then, but I did look good. I don't know why I thought that I wasn't. Our minds, right? And I really started to think like, what was I doing back then? Like, not just physical, but like what were some of the things that I would do every single day to help me feel my best. And I was like, why did I ever stop doing that? I think I got to a point where I didn't want to be so strict on myself and I wanted to genuinely love and feel comfortable in the body that I was in. And so I was trying to release that sense of control. And there's nothing wrong with like having a strict regimen, and you know, sometimes you fall off and you get back on, but I think some of those habits were really good for me, especially since I've been on this gut healing journey and still trying to get to like a really good place. I've made so many improvements, but I know that I can do so much better. So I looked back and I was like, yeah, I need to bring some of those things back into my routine. So let's jump right into it. So after my little walk, I went to the supermarket because something that I used to do every single morning was take a shot of apple cider vinegar. And I had been looking for this bottle for a minute and then I finally found it. You want the one with the mother. It's from Bragg's, and I used to take a shot every single morning, 2 tablespoons, a squeeze of lemon, some cayenne pepper, and just like down it. I would also make apple cider vinegar drinks and I loved it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring back the apple cider vinegar every single morning, and then just like warm water with lemon. I know it sounds pretty basic, but I don't know why I stopped doing that, and I did. Whatever. Now let's talk supplements, things that I am using to just help me feel my best, to target inflammation for my bones, for my joints, like all of that stuff, right? I'm all out of this, but I love this just to get some extra collagen and protein in. This is the Ancient Nutrition multi-collagen protein. I like to add this to my coffee. I feel it's best, or you can add it to smoothies. Like I said, I'm done, so I need to get a new one. It is pretty pricey. Mornings, I like to take the Vitamin Code Raw B complex. I take 2 of these in the morning. This is good for mental and physical energy, heart, blood health, has probiotics, enzymes, helps with digestion, all of that stuff. And then I take 2 drops of this lymphatic support liquid extract from Mary Ruth's. This is newer to my routine, so I'll let you know what I think about it. And I finished the bottle, but I got the Mary Ruth's multivitamin hair growth. I just reordered that because I placed a Whole Foods order. I got like the bottle that is 15 servings, so obviously not like a full month. So I did hear that you need a full bottle to start seeing results. So I can't speak to that one yet, but I'll show it to you when it comes in. And then the other ones that I take, the Mega Food Iron Blood Builder. I just noticed that my iron and my ferritin is very low. I was also taking the ProMix beef liver pills. Those are really freaking good. And then something else I like to take to help with inflammation and just heart health, strong joints, etc. is the turmeric curcumin. This one has ginger and bioberina in it. And then this one is really for the joint health and cartilage support and mobility and all that stuff. And since I've been running more and I'm gonna start lifting weights again more consistently, I was like, I really need to be on it. I've had this for a while already, but I admit that sometimes I'm not the best at taking it. This is the glucosamine chondroitin. And then at night, I take 2 of these pure magnesium glycinate. I usually get magnesium citrate because I did reading, and the citrate is just better absorbed if you are insulin resistant. But I got this big one for the boy and I. So we take this 2 at night could take 3, up to 3 a day, but we take 2 at night. And then something else I like to do from time to time is liquid liver juice. This is from organic alia. You can make this into a tea. Just put it like a couple of drops in hot water with some lemon. Have this in between meals. Just helps to flush out your liver. Detoxification, help to balance your hormones, all of that stuff. I don't do it all the time, but just a good addition to have. Also, just to make sure I get some more fiber in my body if I ever feel like a little sluggish. I got the Bellaway Super Fiber. This is the one with Psyllium supplement. This bad boy. There was a day I took this and like for whatever reason I forgot. And then the following day I'm like, what is happening? Oh, it was working already. Something that is a little bit, I wouldn't say it's newer to me. I've done this before. I've worn a glucose monitor before in the past, and it was very helpful. It was interesting to see how the foods that I was eating was affecting me, but I did it for a very short period of time. And so for Christmas, boy got me the Lingo, but on my left arm, I'm on day 7. 1 week today. So each one is for like 2 weeks, and he also got me another box so that I can wear it for like have it for like a full month. But it comes with an app that I really have been enjoying. What I like about it is not only that I get to see my glucose and what's causing spikes and all of that stuff, but this also, I can input my food in here, any type of stressful moments, exercise, all of that stuff, because all of these things are going to affect your glucose and cause spikes. But I like that I get to put everything into like one app, and I get to actually see what I'm eating and how it is affecting me. And so far, like, I'm so obsessed with it. I just love how it looks. They have a little discover tab with like fundamentals, so you get to like read articles, so many different recommendations and suggestions in here. I've been really loving it. Myself for the first week was, I wasn't gonna try and like be good. I was gonna have my regular foods that I like to have, meals, snacks, drinks, etc. So I can truly see like how much of a spike it is causing. Like, I know a spike is expected, but for me, I'm really looking at the things that shoot it up super, super, super high. It's like my daily maximum. So you get like a daily max glucose level, you have a proprietary Lingo number, and you have to keep within that number every single day. So far I've been pretty stable. I've had a couple of like really big spikes due to food, and so that was interesting to see, because I was like, damn, like I didn't think that was going to affect me that much, but it did. Something that I am going to do, I think I shared this maybe like 2 years ago, where I bought a food journal and I was able to keep track of everything that I was eating, when I was eating it, how I felt, water intake, bowel movements, all of that stuff. And now that I have the Lingo, I was like, you know what? I think I want to do that again, because that was really, really helpful for me. Just the fact that I had to write down exactly what I was feeling after I ate something was really helpful, because it's not just eating low FODMAP, it's also eating foods that are good for you on a low FODMAP anti-inflammatory diet. There are a lot of foods out there that people eat on a low inflammation diet, and I'm just like, I could never do that, because I know like it just wouldn't work for me. But also like the combination of foods sometimes does not sit well with you. And I like that I had a journal where I can like see that, like, sure, these 2 foods alone are probably okay, but for whatever reason when I had them together it wasn't okay. So little things like that. So I found another journal on Amazon that I was gonna get, because I was gonna get the same one because I liked that I had like this chart in the back. Actually, you know what? Let me go get it. This is the food journal that I had. I filled this out like every single freaking day. I just carried it with me. This was when I was having all my gut issues and diverticulitis flare-ups and like all of those things. What I liked about this the most was this chart that they had in the back, where you can kind of give yourself a symptom or quality of life score, and you can use this chart to keep track of any type of symptoms, like how it would correlate to your bowel movements or stress or how you felt and things like that. I had started to fill it out in the back, and then I never put like the dots down. So that's what I liked about this version. The one that I recently came across has a different visual flow that I like, and it doesn't have the chart. But I thought, you know what, that's okay. I have an extra chart here in the back. I'll just rip it out and like put it in the back. I have 2 charts actually. Wait, no. Yeah, I only have 1 more chart. Groceries have arrived, so let's get them. It's only 3 bags. I didn't get that much, so let's do a little grocery haul. We're going in no particular order. Oh my god, this one has the supplements I was talking about, so this is actually perfect. So I used to take sea moss years ago. I would put it into smoothies. This was like a super long time ago, and then maybe like 6 months ago I got a jar and I loved it. I just never repurchased it. So I got, this is the one that I like the best, the True Sea Moss. I got the strawberry flavor because this was the only one that they had in stock. This is the Mary Ruth's liquid vitamin hair growth that I mentioned. You take 2 tablespoons of this every single morning. The Purely Elizabeth granola is so good. I love it. This is the original one. Sweet potatoes, almond flour tortillas, some romaine hearts. I think this is the one I'm trying to remember, but it was one that I had tried from the brand 365. It didn't taste so tart, and you could truly use it like a replacement for sour cream, because whenever I would hear people talk about that, I'm like, which yogurt are you using? Because the one I use, oh, my lingo is starting to itch. The one that I use is freaking tart as hell. You know what? I feel like trying this now. No, I typically try to stay away from deli meats because I know they're not the best for you. However, every so often, I've been roasted turkey breast. I got 6 Olipops, ginger lemon, lemon lime, tropical punch, watermelon lime, classic grape, my favorite, vintage cola. This is one the boy likes. This last bag is a little heavy. I'm assuming like the meats are in here. Yes. Okay. So I got 2 packs of the boneless chicken breast, beef, 2 packs of ground turkey. Hello friends, good morning. It's the next day. My food journal came in. So before I close out this vlog, I wanted to, I'm standing right in front of the AC by the way, so I hope you can hear me because I'm hot as hell. Before I close out this vlog, I wanted to share the new food journal just to show you guys a little bit of a comparison between the old one that I have. This is the old one. This one is the new one. So right off the bat, if you've been watching me for a minute, and you know me, you're gonna know that I prefer the size of this one. That's on me. I should have read the description better. I just think this is small enough to carry everywhere and fits into a lot of my bags. I mean, I'm gonna bring this one no matter what. But that's the first thing, right? It's just the size. This journal right here has a lot of the same things that the other one has. This one has an example page to show you how to fill things out. They also have a bunch of pages for like doctor's appointments, and then any they call it tests and investigations, like any tests that you have done. I feel like these pages are so helpful if I ever get to that point. I'm just not there yet, I don't think. And then just like the phases of introducing food, which I think is important. So you have these pages for elimination, what you're removing, and then on the subsequent pages you have like a mini checklist of introductions, right? So phase 2 is reintroducing certain foods, the date that you introduced it, date that you stopped it, and then in the column it says safe, retry, and avoid, and any notes. This is the layout for like the food and symptoms, water intake, medicine, supplements, etc. Well, let me get a blank page so you guys can see it because this book is like almost done. This is the log for like the food and drinks and supplements, and then this side is where you put activities like any exercise, your bowel movement, your symptoms, overall quality of life, and notes. And the back of this one that I really liked, and I mentioned this earlier in the video, the chart where you can keep track of your symptoms and overall quality of life, so you can see where they intersect and how you feel during certain moments. The beginning of the book has an example of what that looks like. You can obviously use this chart to track anything. That's just one way. And then at the end is the Bristol stool chart right here. So this new one, bigger, but also the layout is slightly different. It's more colorful as well. So right in the beginning, there's the Bristol stool chart with a little explanation above like why you should be monitoring your bowel movements and things like that. So I thought that was good. And then a chart for food to avoid, symptoms, the date that you tried it, etc. And then it goes right into logging. So basically, like I said, it's just more colorful. That's really it. Something that the other one didn't have is like your sleep and quality of sleep, keeping track of the time you went to bed, anytime you woke up, overall mood, overall energy. You also have a section for like your bowel movements and exercise, the time that you exercised and how long you exercised for. So as you can see, like this page is just a little bit more detailed. The new one doesn't have notes in the back like the old one does, but it does have notes on each page. That's basically it. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I am trying my best and you could join me. Like, I know everyone talks about glowing up, but this is just like the best version of myself. You know what I mean? And that starts with the food that I'm eating, supplements, how I'm taking care of myself. You guys already know I'm really big on journaling, and that just helps me with mental as well as just like meditating, which I want to get back into, and breath work. Even like at the end of the night when I'm laying in bed, like just take 5 minutes to do some deep breathing. And then just get back to reading my morning book. I started reading The Source, and I feel like sometimes I don't have time in the morning for it, but I do. Or at the very least, read on the train versus like listening to music or watching a video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, leave it for me in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.